Spring on the homestead here for us is going to mean quite a bit of new things and new projects that we're going to do. And we need your help with maybe a few of them or some comments well, really, why not? So let's dive into kind of what we're going to do this year in 2020 that might separate us and make us a little bit different than we did the year before and the year before that. All right, so last year you saw that maybe we built this. And what did we build this thing for? Well, we built it for Mario and Peach. So, oh, look at so last year we added 2 Nigerian dwarf goats into our farm life. And well, they're really just pets for us, for Elena, really. But, you know, of course, I've got to take care of them too. But we have such a really good time with them. People love to, pet them. They love to be petted. And so our goats last year were one of our big additions. The second addition that we had was the meat turkeys that we started to raise. So that was fun. Very informative in how we did that. And we definitely learned what we're going to do. And it brought on kind of some changes for 2020, especially about how to raise turkeys properly and kind of do it. And I tell you, they were some of the best. It was literally one of the best tasting Thanksgivings we'd ever had. I never quite made a video on this one, and I don't know why I didn't. Probably because sometimes I get lazy. But this was our second coop that we added this year. This was our second coop that we added last year, and right now it's just got some greenhouse fencing up on it. But this was our second flock, and the reason that we added more layers is that we love chickens. We love to collect chickens and have different breeds and different styles, but also we needed a way to really get some more eggs. We weren't producing enough even for ourselves, let alone then we had friends and family that were looking for a good source of quality eggs. So we definitely brought on that second flock, and we love it. Last year we also expanded our apiary. So we started the year off with 4 hives, and then we grew all the way up to 12 hives. Now we're going to be starting this year off with about the 3 to 4 again, due to losses and or actually giving away. Right here is one of the other neat little things that we're going to do for this year. This is going to be actually our duck house. We got this off of a Craigslist ad a couple of months ago. It's been just sitting idle, but I need to go through and I need to fix it. There's a little break on the corner over there. But this is going to be our duck house. We haven't fully decided on what kind of ducks we are going to get yet. But the kids are going to be doing them for their 4-H projects, as well as just to have something else kind of fun. So I'm asking you, what kind of ducks are best? Now that you know that we have layers, you know that we have meat birds, we love to do pasture raised. We are going to create an area here that will allow them to have access to water. Their house isn't going to stay up on that. I just got it up off the ground for the winter, but we'll be cleaning this area up and creating it as a duck kind of habitat, as well as putting a run so that they can get out and be protected from predators, but also our own dogs too. So what kind of ducks are best for us? Now that it's chick season in spring, we're starting to see ducks out, and of course we've got our hatcheries that we love to buy from, but we're really torn on what kind of ducks should we buy. Now, here we go. Another little project that we're going to bring on is our new chicken coop. So it's new to us. We got this from a new friend of ours that had to downsize his flock due to a couple different reasons. One of the actual main reasons was a predator. So we picked this up yesterday. I got my help of my brother and my son. And you know what? This coop's kind of really cool. Right now I've got it airing out. I need to get in and clean it, but and make some repairs. As you can see, there's a little bit of work needed to the roof. And then I'm going to be building out a run for them as well. He had it attached to a run, so we're going to build that out again. But this is kind of a neat little thing. We are probably going to use this as either a silky coop or an intermediate coop for when we are growing out chickens and we are not ready to put them in with the big layers yet. Or heck, the way that this is sized, we could probably fit another good dozen layers in here. There's 3 boxes, so that means we should at least be able to do 9 layers with no problem. Probably push it to 12, especially if we're going to keep silkies and bantams. That's what we're kind of leaning towards, is that this is going to be a silky and a bantam coop. Let me know down below, do you have specific silkies or a bantam coop? All right, I talked about this in one of the other videos that we have about what we should be doing for in the spring with beekeepers, but this is a project that I need to start on here really quick, and this is going to be our bee house in essence. This was a 8x8 shed that I ended up getting. To be honest, the guy gave it to me as long as I tore it down and got it off of his property. Needs just a couple little repairs, but I'm going to be making some modifications to it. But it was a really neat thing to take apart. The problem I'm going to have is putting the roof back together. I took the roof off in just literally 2 pieces. But I think we can get that up, and the future site of it is about right here. Now that winter's starting to kind of break and it's starting to get warmer, I'm going to be able to level the land out, put the cinder blocks down, and start putting the actual base down so that we can create the bee house here, so that we're able to store all of our frames and our boxes and everything and create some more room for us in the shed. Throughout the spring and summer and even fall, last year, we were collecting all of these windows. We actually have a couple more kind of hidden away, but we've been collecting these windows and collecting a door. Our goal is that we want to build a greenhouse. So as we walk our land, that we can see an area right by all of our raised elevated beds, that we want to create a greenhouse out here. And the way that we're kind of doing it is I want to do a recycled window and pretty much recycled, doing it upcycling in essence, and creating it right about this space here so that we've got access to be able to water all of the garden beds, as well as then transplant pretty easily, and then it's not taking up a huge area somewhere else. So, but I'm really torn on what to do. I am really torn on how I want to build the greenhouse. I know I want to use windows, I know I got to use some boards for it, but what I'm really torn on is what I want to do with the ground. So originally, I thought about elevating it up on pallets, putting it that way, using pallets as my base, kind of how I built the goat house. But the more I think about it, I kind of want to pull all the grass out and be able to use the ground itself as a way to even make my growing season just a hair longer. So this is kind of really one of the things I want to know from you is, do you use on your floor of your greenhouse, do you use it flat? Do you have bricks? Do you have pallets? Do you have just the ground? That's kind of really what I'm wondering and trying to figure out is to do that. Once I do that, I need to find some money in the budget and kind of get going on it. So hopefully soon I'll start a video on our DIY greenhouse. Whew, one of the other little projects that we've got going for this year. Our chicken tractor has been resting for the winter, and we're getting ready to start moving birds out here in about 2 weeks probably, once we start getting just a little bit more warm up and we get to the spring equinox. But what we're going to do is I actually need to build, once that train shuts up, I need to build at least one more of these so that we can double our output for the year. And then actually, I'm thinking about doing what Jason from Sow the Land did and creating just a little bit of smaller one. And we are going to be doing pasture raised flock as well, so that they are in it almost the entire time, even through the winter. We got those barred rocks, black australorps, and couple Buff Orpingtons from Meyer out of their bin that we could not pass up. But now we need to figure out just how do I build them a outside pasture raised, keep it really good. And I really like that tractor idea. I want to be able to move them around the acreages here so that they are getting it that way, and then also modify it enough so that it's got layers. So I really like what Jason from Sow the Land did with his, and I want to do it that way. I'll be honest, we don't have the money to buy Premier One fencing. I love what Justin Rhodes does as well. His chickshaw that he had, that's really what I really thought about building personally, but I'm just afraid of, I don't have a way to keep the netting, and I want to do it that way. I want to keep them out and be able to keep them out all year long. Here in Ohio, with us getting down into the single digits, if not below, with the wind chills, I really don't think a chickshaw is going to be the best opportunity for us come winter. So that's where I think I'm going to go with the chicken tractor style, modify it just a little bit more, insulate it a little bit with that way, and then just over the winter use it also as my compost way, so it's going to build some heat up. Let me know if that's something that you've done. Link to me your video, I'd love to see it. I'm trying to do some research and kind of set everything up, but that's kind of it. As you can see, so there's always something to do here on the farm. There's always a new project, and this isn't even really all of them. That's just kind of really what I'm talking about. Of course, there's others. We want to put a roof on some other things. I want to, but money's for one. We've got to stick to a budget. With us doing this new dream, it's made it so our expendable income isn't as much, but it's a beautiful thing that we've got going on here. I'm excited to share with you guys all what we want to do. My goal is to also get up our bee apiary to about 20. I'd love to do 30 hives, but I just don't think economically it's going to be there this year. But if we can get ourselves up to about 20 hives, hopefully here all on our own apiary, but we have 2 other spaces that we're able to put them on this year. And we're still fingers crossed for a corporate sponsor to put some hives out on their land. So that's kind of it. Thanks for watching. I know it's a lot of me talking, but I appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you. God bless.